Today on Duality Gamecast, we're doing a Kickstarter preview for Trove, the Crystal Caverns.
Welcome to Duality Gamecast's Kickstarter preview of Trove, the Crystal Caverns.
Trove, the Crystal Cavern is a game for 2 to 4 players. Each player takes on their own unique role with asymmetrical powers and their own individual victory conditions. The knight has entered the Crystal Cavern with one goal in mind: to slay the mighty dragon and get out alive. She brings with her into the dark an assortment of weapons and gear. As she explores, she can uncover powerful treasures to aid her on her quest. The player uses hero tokens to power her in combat and advance her through the cavern. She starts with only a few of these tokens, but victory in battle and finding treasure can earn her more that she will need to defeat the dragon. Player 2 controls the goblin tribes. The 3 tribes of goblins living in the cave want only to kill the stalwart knight. Each tribe brings its own deck of cards to their hit-and-run battle with the knight. The Claw tribe is known for its fierce fighters. The Bone tribe trains monsters to aid them in battle. And the Eye tribe prides themselves with their powerful sorcery. The player must push her luck and raise her clan's numbers, but if the tribes get too big, calamity may ensue. The goblins take heavy losses in battle and continuously run in and out of hiding, trying to catch the knight off guard. Player 3 is the dragon. The dragon must wake from his 25-year slumber and escape the crystal cave before the knight does him in. The dragon begins the game with many slot tokens and may not fully wake up to flee the cave until he is shaken enough off. The player draws cards each turn and matches symbols on them to take a variety of actions. The dragon continuously gains power as he awakens, becoming a harder and harder foe to face. Player 4 is the Crystal Cavern that all the other players are fighting in. The angry cave seeks to collapse and crush all within its walls. The cave must be fully revealed before it can collapse, killing everyone. On the player's turn, they gain omen tokens they can use to interfere with the other players. The cave is always switching sides, making sure no one can gain the upper hand until the deadly end.
A while back we reviewed a fun-like card game called Trick or Treat. This was a Kickstarter project originally from Leader Games. The designer and founder of Leader Games, Patrick, reached out to us and introduced us to their new project, Trove, the Crystal Caverns. It was co-designed by Patrick and David Somerville with art from Kyle Fearon. William, why don't you talk to us about the basic concepts of Trove?
So I think the overall concept here is it's a dungeon delving adventure. That seems very typical, very standard, but what they've done here is they've taken it, made it about all the different people that normally either one person is playing or something that's handled just as a mechanic in the game, and they've given each thing its own personality. So normally a normal dungeon delving game, you're the hero or you're a group of heroes with a bunch of people playing. Either you're playing against like an AI scripted thing or you're playing against one player who's like the dungeon master. And what they did is they said, well, what happens if, one player can just play as the goblins and someone else can play as the big bad dragon you're going to fight? And then what happens if someone's in an inanimate cave? That'd be interesting. And what it does is it takes like what more of you feel like in a movie or something when you're watching. It gives you the thing where everybody has their own kind of agenda. There isn't 2 sides to this like most dungeon delving games. There's 2, 3, 4 sides depending on the number of players, and it really gives you a almost more like movie story-driven feel to it.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very asynchronous play. Each role kind of feels like it has its own system almost.
Yes.
But they mesh together really well. It doesn't slow down the game or anything. Another unique thing about Trove is I think 2, 3, and 4 player games are quite a bit different.
Oh, yes. In a 2-player game, basically you're always playing as the knight or the goblins. The goblins are always trying to kill the knight, the knight's always trying to get in and kill the dragon. In a 2-player game, killing the dragon's like getting to a specific tile, smashing it open, then you kill the dragon and you try to escape. as you add more players to the game, you add more roles. So the third player is the dragon. So all of a sudden now, the knight's trying to kill the dragon, but the dragon's running around trying to get more powerful and waking itself up. So it's running around exploring the cave too. It's eating goblins, kind of helping keep them in check a little bit. And it's trying to run away from the knight. So the dragon can run off in directions, run off in the darkness that maybe the knight can't feel as comfortable doing. And it just adds this fun dynamic of, with a 2-player game, you're running and trying to find a tile, the other guy's trying to smash you. A 3-player game, now there's this crazy dragon running around who's, in some ways, seems like he's helping the knight because he's eating the goblins, which are like his direct competition. But as he gets more powerful, your chances of winning get slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. There's kind of a cap on how powerful the knight can get. And near the end of the game, the dragon can get so powerful that the knight can't actually kill him, can't actually wound him. So it just has this fun of kind of racing the dragon. Then you add the 4th player, the cave, and it takes all the AI, just raw mechanics out of the game, because the cave, like normally when you're a knight and you're exploring, you're just flipping over tiles from top of a deck. The cave is drawing a handful of tiles and kind of figure out how they want them to place. They're building the map the way they want it. They're drawing the omen tokens, which lets them move people around the board or cause avalanches, rearrange the board. And so if the cave's goal is to completely get every tile on the board and then start collapsing in on itself and killing everybody. So the cave's playing this long game, and what it does is it adds this game that's normally like a paper, rock, scissors type feeling thing. It adds, Spock to it, basically, and it makes it so that there's someone who's, oh no, the knight looks like he's doing a good job. I'll chase him away with bats. I'll throw up a wall. I'll do all this stuff, and it makes the game become more difficult for each player. It kind of puts a check and balance in, so that way if someone gets a lucky lead, the cave's there to check it. And it adds something that it'd be hard to do with just like a 4th character running around the board. Having the environment be its own player, it's a whole new dynamic I haven't really played before. It's something that usually would blend in with the other two, the other two kind of bad characters in the story. And I don't know, it adds a lot of depth to it.
It does. So, given all this asynchronous play and unique roles, who do you think the target audience is?
Well, I think that you can get a lot of different people to play this game. I mean, I think that because of the simple nature of each role, you can teach someone who maybe isn't a real gamer their one role. They'll understand it, they can play it, and they don't have to, and they can, especially for someone like the knight. I think the knight's the most basic character. Run around, try to find the dragon, hit him in the nose. And they kind of scale up in complexity, and it's kind of subtle, because I think the goblins have the most cards, but they're not that difficult to play, but you have more stuff going on. The dragon, he has kind of ulterior motives. He's trying to eat goblins to get more powerful. He's trying to eat treasures and do other things to get more powerful to wake up. But at the same time, he's running from the knight. So it makes you, playing him, I see someone who maybe doesn't like to do all the math and everything like that. Because basically with the dragon, you're drawing some cards, matching symbols up on his chart, and you can use the abilities you can match. It's pretty straightforward to play. There's a little bit of depth of play there, though, in terms of how you go about it. And then the cave is probably the most deep role to play, because your whole thing is stalling the game out. I think the cave is what you want the advanced player to play in the game. It's the person who's probably owns this game and plays with lots of people. Who's going to play the cave, because they're going to make it more fun for everybody by keeping it balanced, making sure that no one runs away with the game, and shooting for their own personal goal of making the game reach its maximum length and winning that way. So everybody wants to play this game.
Yeah, I really like that, because you're going to have different player types in your game group, and you can just hand them out. Hey, this is perfect for you. I think you'll enjoy this. Very cool. All right, guys, that was our preview of Trove, the Crystal Caverns. Just a reminder, this is an upcoming Kickstarter targeted for July. You can keep tabs on it at Board Game Geek. There's a Trove forum. I encourage you to check it out. Thank you, and stay in touch.
Thank you.